Can't be on YouTube looking like, I don't know, whatever. Welcome guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. This video is going to be super quick. And by super quick, I probably mean like 5-7 minutes. I struggle to keep videos short and sweet because I just always want to add something. But thank you guys for being back. I just trained some arms, which was lit. Just comment, down below what you guys trained today. What you guys trained: upper body day, lower body day, rest day, cardio day. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. 3 things. We're going to talk about 3 things that are stopping or hindering your progress in terms of muscle growth outside of nutrition, outside of recovery and sleep. So we're just going to talk about training. We're going to focus on the training aspect. So the 3 things are, the first one is technique / form. I'm a big stickler for form, okay? And how we do the exercise, once we've chosen the exercise, which is the next one, is very important, guys, because we can do the same exercises on the floor, okay, on the gym floor, but how we do them determines, who has the best results. So obviously it's not a competition, but like who has better results than the next guy. And that's why for a long time people used to just ask people who are big, how do you perform this? Because you look like this, and surely you must have more knowledge than I do. And sometimes that is the case. Other times they might just be on something. But yeah, when it comes to form, for instance, or at least for me, a big thing is trying to teach clients, trying to teach anyone who's about to perform a movement, what the function of the muscle that's performing the movement is. So functions for muscles is to move bones. That's how we move, because our muscles move the bones, And let's say we're doing a chest fly. You want to think, what's the function of my chest? What are the functions of my pec? Okay, function is to push away from you, but also to move your arm across midline, in the transverse plane. So when you perform movements like your dumbbell press, where you're doing both, you're pushing and you're moving across midline, or movements like the fly, where you just focus on moving across the midline, it kind of makes you more aware of, this is what the muscle's doing, and resistance training is moving the muscles how they're supposed to be moved, just under load. That's why you train them to get stronger, more efficient, all that kind of stuff. So even with technique and form, obviously there's only so much I can demonstrate here on the camera now. Also because there's so many exercises, there's no way I can get into all of them. But yeah, like for instance, when you're bench pressing or when you're doing a chest movement, always make sure that your chest is up and your shoulder blades are together, okay? Like so. So retracted, protracted. Retract, protract. So when you perform the bench, you want to make sure that they're retracted and the chest is up, and then you push from there. And make sure also, this is just an example with the bench, but like make sure that your arms are in a good position. So maybe about 60 degrees, so not all the way up there, because obviously that could place some tension on your shoulders that you don't want, your AC joint that you don't want, or in here, because then you'll have more so front delt pump more than a chest pump. So little things like that really make a huge difference. But like I said, there's only so much I can demonstrate on here right now in real time. Point number 2, before I get to the last one, is exercise selection. Okay, almost forgot low-key. But exercise selection, okay? The exercises we choose play a very big part in the kind of results that we see. And obviously, some exercises are better than others. Not all exercises are built the same. There's a reason why there's the big 5. The rows, the overhead pressing, the bench pressing, the squats, all that kind of stuff. There's a reason why those are so revered in terms of weightlifting and exercising and strength training, because they're so good, because they move multiple joints, multiple muscles are working at the same time. And so how we perform those becomes even more important, So for instance, I'm going to use the bench press again as an example. you can get a well-developed chest without doing the bench, for sure. But you want to increase your chances of success in life and in the gym. So studies have shown that people who bench press and get stronger at their bench press over time usually have bigger pecs than people who don't bench press, usually. So when you incorporate something like the bench, which is good because you're incorporating an exercise that's really good, but you also have to perform it well. Okay, so that kind of ties back in with point number 1 of form and technique. So yeah, just choose your exercises wisely. Also depending on your goals, then you'll filter out what exercise is good, what exercise isn't as good, etc, etc. If you want help with doing that, just comment down below, or you can reach out to me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram somewhere here. And but yeah, that's the main thing. Anyways, number 3 and last one, I'm trying to keep this as short as possible, is novelty. Okay, there's gonna be a time where what you used to do and what used to give you gains, especially if you're a newbie and you're past the stage of newbie gains, runs dry. That well will run dry, and eventually you're gonna need something new. You're gonna need something different. Okay, it's just not as often as people try and make it seem. That whole shock the muscle every day and every week, not necessarily. But then again, that depends on your goals. But if your goal is to get as strong as possible, usually about 6 to 8 weeks, then you might want to try progressing another exercise. Not always, but usually. Okay, so for me, when I came back from my show in May, I had a decent physique, decent physique. You could tell that I trained, but now after the show, I implemented, because I needed to put on a lot of mass, and what I did was I started training in a rep range that I've never trained in before, the 3 to 5 rep range. And rep ranges from 3 all the way to about 30 have shown that they can build muscle. So that new stimulus to my body, to my central nervous system, was loud as hell. Of okay, these muscles need to get bigger, the muscle fibers, the myofibrils, they need to get thicker, because we need to handle the weights that are being thrown at us. We have to handle the stress that's being thrown at us. So after that, and I got accustomed to the rep range and I got stronger, I definitely got bigger. People used to stop me and be like, you used to train before and you look good, but now you're looking really big. Thank you for them giving me a little bit of motivation in that way, and letting me know honestly, because we're human, we all feed off of each other's energy, and now and then you might feel like shit, and it helps if someone is like, you look good today, whatever. But that aside, novelty, that is the main point I'm trying to make here. So give your body something that it hasn't had before. If you're not sure what that is, it could be a different exercise, it could be a different rep range, it could be different in terms of programming, doing things 2 times a week, or maybe 3 times a week, or maybe once a week. It just depends on who you are, your goals, all that kind of stuff. If you want help with that, DM me, put it in the comments, and I'll do my best to help you out. That's the video. Under 10 minutes. Yeah, I'll see you guys on the other side. Enjoy.